Hi everyone. Hannah here. I'm
gonna speak into the crotch of these boy panties?
That's so much worse.
Is it?
Ugh, at least it's Time Force.
Oh. If these were the dinos, it would be worse?
I like Dino Thunder.
Not
the more
original.
recent. Oh, just Mighty Morphin?
Sure. The dinosaurs.
Zeo Ranger.
No, not Zeo.
Zoo Ranger.
Not Zoo either.
Zoo Ranger. No, that's the Sentai the original's based off of.
Was that racist?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't doing an accent. That's just...
It kind of sounded like you were. Doesn't matter.
That wasn't my intention. I'm sick, by the way. Ish, maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm not until later.
I'm definitely congested, though. So, I apologize for my voice in this. And for all of eternity, because I hate my voice. So, today we're going to be covering... we're skipping a little bit. And we're going to come back to some of the parables that are in between. But last time we dealt with John the Baptist being arrested.
Criminals deserve punishment they get. That's what the conservatives tell me, okay? The conservatives say, hey, they shouldn't have crossed the border.
Yeah.
That makes them a criminal. So whatever happens after that, they knew it was coming. Keep that in mind as we start to read John the Baptist beheaded. So Matthew chapter 14, right at the beginning. At the time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the reports about Jesus, and he said to his attendants, "This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead. That is why miraculous powers are at work with him."
Does Herod have a mustache?
Herod definitely has a mustache.
Okay.
And a beard.
It sounded like you were going like this in your head.
I didn't do it in real life because I have a little mustache myself.
No, Herod definitely has a bigger mustache than that with that voice. Though.
I would hope so.
Like, it almost goes over the whole mouth.
I feel like he could shave and start talking like that in, like, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
And just as conservative, it would grow out.
This is funny compared to... In my head, when I think of Herod, I think of the very... How do we put this? Foppish version from the...
Well, he's still a gay icon. Like, let's
Jesus
not take
Christ,
that from him. I'm not, I'm just a straight guy. I'm not willing to, like, rewrite history here. He's been whitewashed enough. He's a tan gay, and that's fine. Now Herod had arrested John and bound him and put him in prison because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife. For John had been saying to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her." Herod wanted to kill John, but he was afraid of the people because they considered John a prophet. So John's out here talking shit. I mean,
apparently the Herod had had his relative's wife. I don't know if his relative had died and he took her on, which some cultures do or have done in the past. Gosh.
We've read so many of the Bible stories. There's so many versions of, like, my wife is property, that I've forgotten whose wife is whose property. It could be that you're supposed to take care of them and not marry them, but I know obviously David steals Bathsheba.
Yeah, but that's not a relative thing.
No, I know, but still.
Either way, John is not cool with this dude dicking his sister-in-law, and frankly, I get it.
To be fair, John, not your place. Not your place.
Fair enough, true.
And you're a criminal now, so I mean, shouldn't have done it. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias danced for the guests, and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked. Prompted by her mother, she said, "Give me here..." Wait, I have to do a voice. "Give me here on platter the head of John the Baptist." The king was distressed because of his oaths and his dinner guests. He ordered that her request be granted, and had John beheaded in prison. His head was brought in on a platter and given to the girl, who carried it to her mother. John's disciples came and took his body and buried it there. That's some American Horror Story levels of, like, that creepy, like the creepy girl that's in all of those. That's who I imagined playing the role of this. "Please behead him for my birthday." Ah! And then, like, carrying a freshly severed head on a platter, like, that's fucking fine. That's normal. And his dinner guests, this is the weird part. They live in a place where if someone says, "Hey, it's my birthday, please behead a guy," and you're, like, embarrassed not to do it at your dinner party, what a weird Very, you know what? This is like free love kind of shit.
My question is, do you think they used that plate after platter?
Yeah.
Do you think they used that
Oh,
afterward for
yeah.
like they had a dinner party and there's like fruits and stuff on
Oh
it?
yeah. And if
some
anyone was
dips?
at the first dinner party,
Right, and
they didn't eat off it.
They're like, wait a minute. That looks so familiar. I think that's the John the Baptist head platter.
Karen, is that the platter where his neck hole was?
It can't be. They wouldn't do that, would they?
Would they? But
I mean, I don't own many platters, much less silver ones, but if I did, I guess I wouldn't throw it away just because of some neck
that's
goo.
fair. You know.
By the way, the phrase head on a silver platter, that's an allusion to this story. And while in that particular story it didn't specify silver, Renaissance artwork often depicted it as such.
That's the end of Matthew. And John, apparently. So we pick back up in Mark. In Mark, this happens right after Jesus sends out the 12, which is a thing that we've read. And that's when, they go out and he's like, don't take anything with you when you go and proselytize. We've talked about that. Jesus says that.
And he gave them the ability, somehow he was able to transfer Jesus powers onto them and they were able to heal sick people themselves despite being disciples. What if Jesus was just like a medical professional of the time and no one else knew? He's like a time traveler who's like, all right, trust me.
You're literally feeding into a real conspiracy theory.
Take this lye and this fat and maybe rub it on yourself before you treat the patient. I'm just saying.
But he's like from 1999, so he's got like, it's like not great still.
Yeah, maybe he was like an RN, like he knows enough.
He was in school. He's in nursing school.
Yeah, but
he had to finish clinicals before he could.
Sure, but nursing knowledge and,
to be fair, like
30 BC.
You or I go down to 30 BC, we're gods.
No, we're not.
We're gods. We know so much stuff.
Oh god, I'd be like, hey guys, I know about electricity, and they'd be like, what's that? And I'd be like, you plug it into a wall and it makes stuff go, and they go, how does that work? And I'd go, oh fuck.
You know how it works. You could do a copper and magnet and...
I don't know how to get magnets in fucking 30 BC Jerusalem. Does anyone have a magnet? And some copper?
You'd have to find magnetized metal.
I don't know where to find that.
You could ask around. You'd be like, hey,
you know that stuff that it's like a rock, but like it can move other rocks sometimes, but only specific rocks?
Yeah.
No.
They would know what you're talking about.
I feel like even if that were true, magnetic material would be a very, a rare and...
Yeah, you're a god. It's fine.
Hi everybody, Jake here. I was editing this episode of TBR, and it was just really irking me how Hannah is just such a naysayer when it comes to pretty much literally everything, but specifically the idea that we'd be gods and could create electricity, because for some reason she doesn't think people understand where magnets come from, and I couldn't let this stand. Nay, I won't let this stand. So let me just show you the wonderful world of like literally reading any book at all in regards to history, because guess what? Magnets have been around for fucking ever, okay? For so fucking long. For like 2,500 years, okay? Come on. Look at this. Look how beautiful it is. The earliest known surviving descriptions of magnets and their properties are from Greece, India, and China around 2,500 years ago. Look at where Greece, right there, 2,500 years. You don't even need 2,500. 2,500 years. It's, come on. Where's Greece? You see Greece right here? Look it. Greece is right here, and where are we headed? Right down fucking here. Guess who has Greece? Fucking Rome, the Roman Empire. Of course they have that, and they have copper. Come on, listen to me when I talk. I'd be a god. I would have created electricity, okay? And I could be eating electricity grapes with palm fronds that were electric. I got this. I've played like Lego Technic before. Okay, I could figure this out. There's no Twitter. What else am I gonna do? No Twitter. There's no distractions. I don't have Disney Plus. If I time travel to the past, I'm eating fucking grape leaves, trying not to get dysentery, and figuring out electricity. And then I'm probably inventing Disney and Baby Yoda. Thanks for coming to the history lesson. Was it fun?
John the Baptist beheaded. King Herod heard about this, for Jesus' name had become well known. Some were saying, John the Baptist has been raised from the dead, and that's why his miraculous powers are at work with him. Okay, what is this you gotta die and come back to do powers stuff?
I don't know. Also, John isn't dead at this point in the story, so I'm very confused.
That's the second time. Like, they're saying that John the Baptist and Jesus look alike.
Sure, they're cousins. I guess I could see it being, well, news doesn't spread very easily at this time.
Twitter.
So, John the Baptist, usually out in the wilderness preaching, he has disciples of his own. One day he disappears after being arrested. It's not like Herod's putting out press releases like, John the Baptist in prison for X. Like, you might just assume, oh, the king's guard or the leader's guard took him.
Sure, but it still
he's probably dead.
It still seems pretty weird that they're like, oh, that guy must have come back alive, and now he's a magician.
Jesus sent disciples to go talk to John, so like some people certainly know he's alive.
Well, Jesus' name is famous in here.
Yeah.
They just said that. I don't know why there's confusion. This place is a fucking shit. Again, gods. We would literally be gods.
They can't even get straight who's I
so
gotta revisit this real quick. If you if you had your phone and you went back in time, what are you gonna do with your phone?
I'm gonna show them pictures of it. I'm gonna take a picture of them, boop, and then I'm gonna go, boop. Look, this is your fucking face. What?
I'm dying. Sorry.
And they're gonna be like, holy shit, you've captured my ghost. They think people die and come back alive and have powers. They're idiots.
Okay,
they know Jesus is a thing, and some people are still like, I guess that's dead John the Baptist was Zupans.
A, you have literally only as much time as you have phone charge. B,
initially, yeah.
It's entirely possible they're going to be like, burn the witch!
No.
What do you mean, no? Oh, you're a man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
A white one.
That's not going to help you in Jerusalem.
Well, Romans were sort of whitish.
Romans were...
They're pretty white.
Not
like Gaelic.
Sure.
But yeah. Plus I can tan a little bit. I can prep.
Tanning salon every other day. Hey, wow, you come in here a lot. You getting ready for the summer? No. Well, a summer, I guess.
I come in back to back, like, every 15 minutes to tan quickly. But really, I'm just time traveling.
And then the monkey's paw twist is that you go back to 33 BC. Turns out you have skin cancer.
Yeah, that is. No.
Can't fix that with a cell
Deal
phone.
With the devil. In fact, the cell phone might make it worse.
Black Mirror. Season 5.
Other people said, in their utter confusion, he's Elijah. Stop it.
Man, I sure do trust these people who revel in rampant speculation about the mythical and their ability to relay a story accurately to me 2,000 years later.
I mean, this just goes to show you that, like, the human brain, this is our default. This is us without news.
We're the worst.
And information and education. This is us trying our best at a neutral state of information.
We're trash.
No wonder there's people out here who are like, Trump's good.
After climate change works like a fever to eradicate the disease that is the human race, everyone will be better off.
Only the strong will survive. It'll be a bunch of square-jawed chads just running around fucking each other. It'll be gay in the future. So, and still others claimed he is a prophet, like one of the prophets of long ago.
Sure. Fine.
But then Herod heard this. He said, John, whom I beheaded, has been raised from the dead? For Herod himself had given orders to have John arrested, and he had him bound and put in prison. He did this because of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, whom had been married. For John had been saying to Herod, it is not lawful for you to have your brother's wife. So Herodias nursed a grudge against John and wanted to kill him, but she was not able to, because Herod feared John and protected him, knowing him to be a righteous and holy man. Why is Herod typically seen as an evil feller? These are two different Herods, by the way. This is
this a different Herod than the one who talks to
Yes.
Jesus?
this is a different. Well, no, this is a different Herod than the one that sent everyone to kill the babies.
Well, I believe it's because he tests Jesus when he's going to be crucified. He's like, just show me your powers,
Herod's a
and,
good guy.
and I'll make sure you're good. Which I think is a reasonable expectation. Hey, you're accused of this crime. Prove to me you're not committing a crime by lying about being the Messiah. And Jesus is like, I could,
Yeah.
but no.
If John McClane's a good guy, Herod's a good guy.
Okay,
That's my standard.
all right.
Herod's not out here like yippee-ki-yay motherfuckering people and trying to shoot them. He's just like begrudgingly like listening to the women in his life. He's basically a feminist at this point. He's just trying his best to hear him out. He's like, hey, I know you feel strongly about this. He seems like a good guy. You seem really adamant about this. We're in front of a bunch of people. I guess. You know, and then he comes to Jesus later. It's like, dude.
You know what I found out about Die Hard the other day?
No.
Remember at the beginning, John has a giant teddy bear?
Yeah.
That was the director's teddy bear, and that teddy bear cameos in another of his films,
Why?
making it probably, other than central props type stuff where you have like the Ghostbusters
Most used.
thing. It's not most used, but it's the only teddy bear I'd wager to star in multiple films.
Okay. It seems weird that you're glossing over the fact that this grown man had a teddy bear he was so fond of it needed to make cameos, but
He made Die Hard. He can do what he wants.
when Herod heard John, he was greatly puzzled, yet he liked to listen to him. Finally, the opportune time came. On his birthday, Herod gave a banquet for his high officials and military commanders and the leading men of Galilee. When the daughter of Herodias came in and danced, she pleased Herod and his dinner guests. We glossed over this the first time. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Having your daughter give. This is Jordan Peterson like retweeting Michaela Peterson's bikini picture.
Oh, God.
The king said to the girl, "Ask me for anything you want and I'll give it to you." He was not expecting this. And he promised her with an oath, "Whatever you ask, I'll give to you, up to half my kingdom." She should have taken half the kingdom, frankly. Because if she had half the kingdom, she could have just batted him himself. Just tossing that out there.
Yeah,
Terribly short-sighted move on her part.
I feel like is he just desperate for, I don't understand why one
Oh
would,
yeah, he's questing.
uh,
Yup. She went out and said to her mother, "What shall I ask for?" "The head of John the Baptist," she answered. At once the girl hurried in to the king with the request, I want you to give me right now the head of John the Baptist on a platter." She added the platter part. The king was greatly distressed, but because of his oaths and his dinner guests, he did not want to refuse her. So he immediately sent an executioner with orders to bring John's head. The man went, beheaded John in the prison, and brought back his head on a platter. He presented it to the girl, and she gave it to her mother. On hearing of this, John's disciples came and took his body and laid it in a tomb. You know what a good movie would be? A conversation between that guy and John the Baptist, and you don't know it's John the Baptist the whole movie. And then at the end, he just cuts his fucking head off, takes it on a platter, and you find out, ba-boom, John the Baptist, directed by Mel Gibson.
aren't you gonna be like, why am I watching this conversation that clearly looks like it's Judea circa 29 to 30
like
BC, or
like
80?
a Sunset Limited, just in it's a single room shot.
Okay, but they're still gonna be wearing, like,
Yeah, you could, yeah. You could be like, why is he wearing that weird thing? You could be like, maybe give him an accent, and you're like, oh, I guess they're in another place.
the fact that it's directed by Mel Gibson would give it away.
It's very Catholic.
It's a little bit of Apocalypto, a little bit of,
Apocalypse is a good movie.
I haven't watched it.
Huh, it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah,
It's about the
I know what it's
whites
about.
of the apocalypse. So, that's that for Mark.
Luke has the shortest depiction of this, oddly.
Okay, so we've actually read this. This is a throwaway line in another topic altogether. And I will read the entirety of what Luke has to say about John the Baptist and him being beheaded. In Luke chapter 9, verse 9, "But Herod said, I beheaded John. Who then is this I hear such things about? And he tried to see him." In That's Jesus. That's the whole thing. We've read this. This comes at the end of Jesus sends out the 12 as well in Luke. So that's it. Sorry, Luke was not interested in this man. Luke was like, you know what? Fuck John the
Maybe for
Baptist.
once Luke was like, they covered it. Instead of elaborating and making more stuff up, he's like, they got it. They nailed that story. Had on a platter, it had drama, it had interpersonal relationships,
Yeah.
it had platters.
John
He's a big
McTiernan.
fan of platters.
Had John McTiernan's teddy bear.
Yeah, John McTiernan. What else did he make? Hold on. Oh, Predator.
Jingle all the way.
Predator, The Hunt for Red October. The Hunt for Red October has the teddy bear.
Predator also has the teddy bear. It's in the
I
suit.
don't think so. Did you... Okay, so did you know that... I don't know if we've talked about this. That the Predator design was completely different up until like halfway through shooting.
No.
It was terrible. It was this weird lizard thing, and Jean-Claude Van Damme was playing the Predator in that version. And the suit...
Did it do karate?
Apparently, he kept doing it, and they're like, John, the Predator does not know.
American martial arts.
Please do not
Kung
do
Fu.
that. And he refused to stop, so they fired him. Also, the suit, because they're filming in the jungle or wherever they
Hot
filmed
as
it,
balls. Gotta be.
they for the scenes, you know, where they're doing cloaked Predator, they can't do green screen because everything's green, so they made the suit all red. And apparently, no matter how much they explained to Jean-Claude Van Damme, this is not what the thing looks like. It's just because we're gonna be keying you out and doing an effect. He was like adamant, like, no, it can't. Why is it red? Why? He didn't get it.
This is the version of Jean-Claude Van Damme that I knew existed without knowing it. You know? Like you told me that story and none of that seems like you're lying.
No, why would I lie about?
No, but I mean like, or misinformed. It doesn't even sound like you just like misread that. No, that was 100% believable from start to finish. Yes, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme's like that.
That's how he got his starring role in the Street Fighter movie.
I like this. It is green. Because Guile has green in him. Okay, so that's the end of this episode. You're welcome for the bonus Jean-Claude. There will be many more Kung Fu actors moving forward. Or is that even Kung Fu? I don't even know.
I don't know what he calls
Generic kicks.
It's the same shit.
Chuck Norris will be on soon. No Chuck Norris jokes, though, because he's a douchebag.
It's the same thing. What's his face? He's like a... Like, you know how you have tiers of action stars? You have Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, you know... And you get down, and then there's like the Jean-Claude Van Dammes and the fat guy who
Can't name him. He's below Jean-Claude. That's it. That's how it works.
He's in so many bad movies.
With the weird eyes.
What do you want to bet if I type fat famous action star, he'll come up?
Okay, I don't know who you're talking about. Is this gonna fat famous action star?
Steven Seagal. Sorry, Steven. Google has spoken.
No, he is in Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, apparently below him.
Only slightly.
Okay, you can always follow us on Twitter at Hannah Reloaded for myself.
And Papa Bird Jake for me, but on December 11th, they're getting rid of unused Twitter handles.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a new Twitter handle.
Okay.
It's on its way. It's gonna be called Boy Panties Pops.
Please don't. Please do not.
My whole brand is gonna turn into boy panties.
How about no?
This is my Onision arc.
If anyone hasn't been following that, check out Chris Hansen's coverage. It's been
Chris
quite
Hansen's
interesting.
a fucking weirdo too. Anyway.
Oh, sure, but at least he's
Yeah.
like, hey, come on and talk about how Onision's a piece of shit.
Yeah, this has like been his last 5 videos or some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're entertaining.
Go to Patreon and pay for... Ooh. Whose genitals are we paying for this week? Doesn't have to be either of ours now.
And viewers like yours, genitals.
There we go!
We're PBSing this shit.
Yeah. You could also...
So we can fund the Miranda Cosgrove Feet Pics Fund for a Cure.
What are we curing?
her feet pics
Of.
existing.
So we're going to accrue them so we can annihilate them?
Yes. We're going to get every digital file on the internet, because that's how the internet works. I know, I'm on it. And then we're gonna go to Dodgers Stadium, and we're gonna...
Hey, why Dodger Stadium?
It's the only stadium I know.
Okay.
And we're gonna create a mass pile in the center of the stadium, and we're gonna burn it.
I don't understand why. Why are we gonna burn like 14 flash drives?
Oh, you underestimate the... Oh, why is this so funny to me? I don't know. We're gonna fill the stadium. Alright, this is the end of the episode. Donate to the Patreon. Here's the P.O. box. Here's the P.O. box.
So sorry,
I'm sorry,
Amanda.
this isn't as funny as I'm laughing for.
I apologize.
You said Amanda, didn't you? We can throw
Amanda
her...
Cosgrove, is that her name?
No,
What's-
Miranda. We can throw...
Oh, I was apologizing to Amanda Bynes.
We can throw in Amanda Bynes' feet pics, too. I think that guy was a... Hold on.
What the fuck is that?
Real quick. I got for science. Amanda Bynes.
Feet?
Feet.
Oh, God. Oh no.
Oh, she's got fucked... Look at her toes! Ah!
Oh, those are weird. Wait, does she not have fingernails or toenails?
I don't know!
Oh, weird. She's got like flippers.
Never mind. I see why the pedophile producer didn't want to show her feet. Oh, God.
Okay.
Subscribe. Please. It only gets worse from here. Hit the bell.
I fogged up.
Until next time, I'm Feet Pics.
I'm Dodger Stadium. Fill me up.